Have you ever had the idea to yourself, I should start a healthcare consultant business? If this is you, you've come to the right place. Let's talk about how to start your own healthcare consultant business. Hi guys, welcome back to RTs Share Tea, where respiratory therapists live out loud. With me, your host, Linda Fry, the Asthma Lady. Yes, welcome everyone. Welcome to anyone new. And I'm back from vacation and I'm very excited to talk to you about how to start your own healthcare consultant business. Today's episode is about the healthcare professional that says to themselves, well, what else can I do with this knowledge and experience besides being at the bedside? And how can I make an impact based off this? So this is about making an impact beyond your current role. I want you to remember something. Your expertise is valuable and your experience is marketable. Your impact doesn't have to stop at the bedside. Many people hear the word consultant and they start to think about people in suits or large corporations. And even someone like me that gets tongue twisted can be a healthcare consultant, right? So what is a healthcare consultant? What is a healthcare consultant? Simply, it is someone that helps solve problems using their expertise. So for me, for example, as the Asthma Lady with the 2 E's, right? I'm a healthcare consultant and I have used my experience as an asthma educator specialist and as a registered respiratory therapist to use as a healthcare consultant, leading others, solving problems, and creating innovative solutions for those that need help in these departments. And what I want you to know, as far as respiratory therapists, we are already subject matter experts, right? So don't let the word expert, make you nervous. All it means is that you know more than the person you are trying to help. Okay, so you don't know everything. You just know more than that individual that needs your help, right? So you can do everything from public speaking, creating digital content, to being a patient advocate. If you're somebody that's good with quality improvement projects, if you're good at executing a plan, doing events for, let's say, your institution, for your hospital. If you're the person that gets volunteered a lot to do something because you're good at it. So these are things you can start to think about when it comes to building your healthcare consultant business. One of the biggest mistakes that people make when they start out as a consultant, as a healthcare consultant, is they try to make themselves available to everybody. And this is not a great place to start, right? You want people to know you for a specific thing. Okay, so like a niche, right? So respiratory therapists, we are already a niche, right? And I already said we are subject matter experts, right? So for me, on top of that, I'm an asthma educator specialist. So that's another niche. So people will start to know what they are coming to you for. So what you want to start to do is ask yourself, what do people always ask me for help with? Right? So if you are, like I said, with me, people always would come to me about advice on how to run an asthma program, how to develop a health program, anything like this. That's how I discovered, like, oh, I think I'm an expert and I don't know it. So I fell into the healthcare consultant business by mistake, actually. So consultants get paid to solve problems. So you have to know what are the pain points of the people you are trying to help, of the hospital, of the institution, of the medical-based corporation, company, anyone you're trying to work with. You have to understand what are their pain points and how you can help them find the solution or be the solution. And something you have to remember as a healthcare consultant, people are not hiring your credentials. They are hiring the outcomes. They want the outcome. They want the solution. Organizations don't hire the asthma lady because she's an RT. They hire her because she is someone that can get them results in what they're looking for, as far as program development, as far as communicating, as far as connecting with patients. So that's why I get hired. Okay, so before you start your official healthcare consultant business and making everything legit, you can start right from where you are. And here is how healthcare professionals get stuck. They start to tell themselves, okay, I need to get another degree. I need to get another certificate. I need to do more. And in real life, you don't really have to do that. Those are helpful, but you don't have to start with that. What you can do is you can start small. Do things like speaking engagements, do things like volunteer your time, being outside, and start to network within professional organizations at conferences and whatnot. You want to give people an idea of what you do on a small scale. Things like jumping on podcasts, so I have the opportunity to get other experts on my podcast, right? And this gives them an opportunity. The RTs Share Tea podcast gives them the opportunity to showcase what they do and what they're about. So doing stuff like that and starting there first before thinking about the big stuff. Many consulting businesses start with just one conversation and one opportunity, and that causes momentum. And here's the real tea. Don't wait for confidence. Confidence will show up when you say you're going to do something and you actually do it. And with that being said, that's what really helps you when it comes to building a brand for yourself as a healthcare consultant, letting people know who you are, saying what you're going to do, and actually doing those things, and having a show and tell, having a behind the scenes, sharing the journey. This is how you start to this is how you start the journey of branding. Who do you help? What problems do you solve, and why they should trust you? All right. So your personal brand is not about bragging as a healthcare consultant. It really is about visibility. People have to know, what is it that you do? What do you help people do? And something that I often tell people who start out, people can't hire you if they don't know you exist. So visibility is everything. So like I was saying, you want to share success stories, share educational content, share you being outside in the community, share how you network, how you partner, how you inspire. Share. And it's by doing this how healthcare consultants starting out, this is how they start to attract clients and gain opportunities. Yes. So with my journey with Nose Health ED, LLC, my healthcare consulting business, is I didn't start when everything was perfect. I barely had an office at the time, and I had to figure out everything on the go as far as how to price my services. I started, and this is something that I do not recommend. Do not start with a per hour pricing, where you're pricing your time. You do not want to start like that. Okay, so, but I had to learn that the hard way. I also had to learn how to create my own opportunities, start my own platforms, inviting people to my table, how to use networking to create opportunities. So I learned how to do that along the way, how to use presentations and public speaking engagements to also create opportunities as a healthcare consultant. So all of these things attract people to you. It gives people access to you, visibility. Once again, people are seeing you in action. They are seeing you in real time. And you are learning as you are going through the journey. But those are just some of those starting points where you can start off. Everything does not have to be perfect. Okay, so for those of you guys who are interested in doing something like this, I have a challenge for you this week. I want you to write down one thing that people come up to you often and ask you for help with. Okay, write it down and really think about it. Like, I can do something with this. That one thing might be the foundation to your consultant business. Remember, your expertise is valuable and your experience is marketable. If you enjoyed today's episode, please share it with another healthcare professional who is thinking about becoming an entrepreneur or just having more impact beyond the bedside. Also, if you find the information on the RTs Share Tea podcast valuable, please consider supporting us in our continuous fight against asthma disparities by providing a contribution to our digital tip jar, Buy Me a Coffee. All right. Thank you so much, guys. I just want to say I appreciate you guys so much in advance. Know that we are here on most podcast platforms on Wednesdays, except for when I'm on vacation. And we are on YouTube on Thursdays. There is so much more to come. And I'll see you next time. Bye.